methamphetamine. Why? For a high. And this is what happens to that normal heartbeat. It's irregular, it's racing, it's why it's called speed, and it can do bizarre things to our heads. It can make us aggressive and violent. We can start hallucinating and end up doing some serious damage to people. Call 1-8888-NO-METH today for more information on methamphetamine. That's 1-8888-NO-METH.
A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Florida and America.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric.
Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck or back pain, plantar fasciitis, peripheral neuropathy, and even tennis elbow, and would like to learn about how there are treatments that may benefit you, go to drjuanyordan.com, then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. and hear from health professionals doing these treatments and patients who have benefited from them. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. Next Generation MD, right here on The Source.
25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday, the day after Christmas. And tonight there's a Hanukkah celebration downtown Ocala Square. And that's when Rabbi Hecht and the Chabad Lubavitch Jewish Center light the menorah that is on display downtown on the square. And it's just a few yards, I guess you would say, away from the gazebo.
Gazebo, just west under the trees with a lot of lights over it. It's gorgeous, great place.
5:30 is the time for that thing?
5:30, yep.
All right. Today is the first day of Christmas. I mean, yesterday was the first day of Christmas.
Yep.
You know, in the 12 days of Christmas. Did you know that? Did you know that?
No, I thought it was, counting backwards.
So did I. I always thought the 12th day was yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
But yesterday was the first day of Christmas, according to this, what I'm looking at right here.
Oh, okay.
Whychristmas.com is where I'm getting this from.
Okay.
So let me tell you about it. The first day is the day you celebrate the birth of Jesus. The second day of today is today. It's Boxing Day, of course, in some places, but it's also St. Stephen's Day. St. Stephen was the first Christian martyr. In other words, he died for his faith. Well, I don't know why they call him the first one. Didn't one of the disciples die first in the name of Jesus?
Yeah, they all did. All of the disciples were murdered, I think, except one.
It was also the day when the Christmas carol Good King Wenceslas takes place. Oh, this is the day for that.
The Feast of Stephen.
Good King Wenceslas on the Feast of Stephen.
That's right. Now I understand it.
All right, so that was today. Tomorrow, the 27th, is St. John the Apostle Day.
Okay.
And that's when you, I guess, remember the work of St. John the Apostle.
Oh, okay.
How about that? On the fourth day of Christmas, which is the 28th of December, the Feast of the Holy Innocents takes place. That's when people remember the baby boys which King Herod ordered to be killed when he was trying to find and kill the baby Jesus.
Okay.
So that's what you do on the fourth day of Christmas. I never knew all this stuff.
I didn't either.
How is it possible that you go to Sunday school when you're a kid and they don't teach you some of these things?
I know. This would be extremely interesting to learn.
On the fifth day of Christmas, which is the 29th, St. Thomas Becket Day. St. Thomas Becket, he was the Archbishop of Canterbury in the 12th century and was murdered on the 29th day of December in the year 1170 for challenging the king's authority over the church. Wow. So that's what you're supposed to remember that day. The day number 6, December 30th, is the St. Egwin of Worcester Day. Doesn't give you any details who he was or anything about St. Egwin.
Yeah, I don't know that guy.
St. Egwin of Worcester. The 7th day of Christmas is the 31st, the last day of the year. It's New Year's Eve. It's also known as Hogmanay in Scotland. Pope Sylvester I is traditionally celebrated on this day. He was one of the earliest popes in the 4th century. In many early and Eastern European countries, including Austria, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, the Czech Republic, which is now called something else, right?
Yeah.
Germany, Hungary, Israel, Italy, Luxembourg, Poland, Slovakia, Switzerland, and Slovenia. New Year's Eve is still sometimes called Sylvester Day in some places
Okay.
for the Pope. Really? I never called it that.
No.
In the United Kingdom, New Year's Eve was a traditional day for games and sporting competitions. I think it's still true here, right?
Yes.
Archery was a very popular sport during the Middle Ages, and it was the law that it had to be practiced by all men between the ages of 17 and 60.
Oh, my. Between 17 and 60.
If you were a man and you were 17 years old, at least, and no older than 60, it was the law. You had to practice your archery skills, which means I'd be done. I don't have to practice my archery skills anymore.
That's right. That's right. You master that already.
The king did this so that he had lots of good archers ready in case he needed to go to war. Oh, so you practice one day a year. What?
Yeah, well, they make a game of it probably, and it's probably a party, and they just ding.
Ay. On the 8th day of Christmas, which is January 1st, it's the day to celebrate Mary, the mother of Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Did you know this?
No.
On the 9th,
I did not. No
on the
clue.
9th day of Christmas, which is January 2nd, Saint Basil?
Bastille Day, right?
No, there's no T.
Oh, Basil.
Saint Basil the Great and Saint Gregory Nazianzen, who were two important 4th century Christians. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, you have to look
That's
it up.
in the year 300, right?
On the 10th day of Christmas, I thought this was when your true love brings you things. All right.
Yes.
January 3rd, the Feast of the Holy Name of Jesus is the 3rd day of January.
Okay.
The 10th day of Christmas. This remembers when Jesus was officially named in the Jewish temple.
Oh.
It is celebrated by different churches on a wide number of different dates.
I honestly can't remember that this was celebrated in my Lutheran churches that I've attended.
On the 11th day of Christmas, which is January 4th, St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Day. She is the first American saint who lived in the 18th and 19th centuries. In the past, it also celebrated the feast of St. Simon Stylites, who lived on a small platform on the top of a pillar for 37 years. What?
I would have remembered this if I would have learned this. He lived on a pillar for 37 years.
He lived on a small platform on the top of a pillar for 37 years. St. Simon Stylites.
What in the world did he do?
I don't know.
What did he do every day for 37 years?
Wasn't that a vocal group, the Stylites?
Yeah, I think so. The Shylights or something? The Stylites.
And then finally, the 12th day of Christmas is January 5th. It's also known as Epiphany Eve. Mm-hmm. Now, I think you do celebrate this one in your church, right?
Yeah.
St. John Newman, it's a Jewish last name, by the way, who was the first bishop in America. He lived in the 19th century, so you celebrate St. John Newman Epiphany Day.
Okay.
The 12th night was a big time of celebration with people holding large parties. So if you're doing this on January 5th, the roles in society are often reversed, the servants being served by the rich people. Mm-hmm. This dates back to medieval and Tudor times, when the 12th night marked the end of winter, which had started October 31st with All Hallows Eve. It is not the end of winter.
No.
It's just beginning for us.
Yeah, exactly.
At the start of the 12th night, the 12th night cake was eaten. This was a rich cake made with eggs and butter, fruit, nuts, and spices. The modern Italian panettone is the cake we currently have that's the most like the 12th night cake.
Oh, okay.
So
we'll have to get one of those.
12th night cake is the Italian panettone.
Okay.
A dried pea or bean was cooked in the cake. Whoever found it was the Lord of the day or the Lady of the night. Really?
Oh, there you go. Hello.
The Lord of Misrule
Yes.
led the celebrations and was dressed like a king or queen. This tradition goes back to the Roman celebrations of Saturnalia. in later times from about the Georgian period onwards to make the 12th night Gentile.
Okay.
2 tokens were put in the cake, one for a man, one for a woman. Whoever found them became the king and queen of the 12th night party.
There you go. They had fun, didn't they?
Oh my gosh! There's so much. I thought it was over. I thought you're done. Yesterday we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, the stores open up. We're back in business.
That's right. Well, the Three Kings Day is January 6th, so.
The 12th night, it was traditional for different types of pipes to be played, especially bagpipes. Lots of games were played, including ones with eggs.
Oh, gee.
These included tossing an egg between 2 people moving further apart during each throw, drop it and you lose, and passing an egg around on spoons.
Oh, yeah, those have been games for ages.
Another popular game was called Snapdragon, when you picked raisins or other dried fruit out of a tray of flaming brandy.
I've never tried that. That sounds like a challenge.
Wow. The first Monday after Christmas, which is today,
Yes.
was known as Plow Monday. This was when the farming work would all begin again.
Oh,
But it was the first Monday after the Christmas feast. So the first Monday after the 12 days was done.
yeah, which is next Monday, a week from today.
In many parts of the United Kingdom, people also went wassailing.
Yes.
Here we come a wassailing?
Wassailing.
That was on the 12th night. It was the wassailing night, Epiphany Eve. What is wassailing?
Isn't that singing? Here we come a wassailing among the leaves so green. Here we come a wandering with joy to be seen. Maybe they're strolling carolers, maybe. Maybe they're strolling carolers.
I'll tell you about wassailing on the other side. It's not singing. You'll find out in a second.
Okay.
Whoa.
Has it got to do with the lady of the evening with the bee?
There's a Saxon maiden named Rowenda. I'll tell you about in a second.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Monday, times of clouds and sun, very warm but humid. There may be a shower along the coast. The high 79 to 83. Partly cloudy Monday night, low 62 to 66. For Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sun with a stray shower. A warm day, high 79 to 83. And for Wednesday, more clouds and sun with a shower around, high 78 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. So, you used to be wired, now you're just tired. You used to be thin, but now you're the heaviest you've ever been. You don't necessarily always have to take a med. If you have a thyroid disorder, an acupuncture visit may be in order. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare. Call me at 352-615-5566.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
I'm Jennifer, the Executive Director of Palm Garden, and I would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
I'm Mary Ann, the Director of Clinical Services, and my staff and I will ensure that the needs of all our residents are met.
I'm Sue, the Director of Guest Services, and I will be fluffing pillows for our new guests staying with us over the holidays.
I'm Crystal, also from Palm Garden, and I hope each of you have a blessed Christmas as we celebrate the Savior's birth.
Merry Christmas from Palm Garden!
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible. And today, the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, Robin, did you know the Pac Mail store has moved?
After 22 years of business in Churchill Square, they moved?
Yes, the new store is 1 mile west of their old location on 17th Street, right across from Penn Flooring.
Do they still have the same smiling faces and great customer service?
They pack it, ship it, crate it, and freight it using FedEx, USPS, DHL, or UPS. A great way to start the new year.
You shop, we ship. Pac Mail, 1202 Southwest 17th Street, Suite 201. Call 352-368-9779.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck or back pain, plantar fasciitis, peripheral neuropathy, and even tennis elbow, and would like to learn about how there are treatments that may benefit you, go to drjuanyordan.com, then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. and hear from health professionals doing these treatments and patients who have benefited from them. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. Next Generation MD, right here on The Source.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
So a recent study found that Alzheimer's patients who took 1 gram of turmeric mixed with food reduced the buildup of plaque in their brains. 57% of unfriendings have nothing to do with anything you've done online. It turns out we get unfriended for something we've done in the real world. Time for some beauty tips, and if you'd like to wake up tomorrow looking younger than you did today, wash your face before bed.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
A young woman contemplating having an abortion is told by society that whether she has her baby or not, it is her choice. The House of One in Faith in Ocala wants to give that young woman a place to live in comfort during her trying time, to help her know that God's love is abundant and that He is not ashamed of her in any way. The House of One in Faith is free and confidential. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
9 minutes before 10 o'clock. Nice looking Monday morning. It's the day after Christmas. It's kind of a lazy day out there, isn't it, Rowan?
Oh, yeah. A lot of shoppers, though.
Are there really? I haven't really noticed.
Yeah, a lot of shoppers. One guy went by the window and was put his fingers in his ears and, stuck his tongue out at us, but was laughing. His wife said, "Stop it."
Really?
Yeah. It's hard for you to see because you've got to have your face in the opposite direction. A lot of shoppers out there, though.
I like that. I gotta have my face in the opposite direction. All right, let me tell you about wassailing.
Okay, yes.
Wassailing is a custom very rarely done today. Are you ready for this?
Okay, I'm ready.
The word wassail looks like it's pronounced wassail.
Yes.
It comes from the Anglo-Saxon phrase wassail. So it kind of was a wassail.
Wassail.
And it means good health. So originally the wassail was a drink that you drank in good health.
It was probably a brandy or something.
Let me tell you what it was.
Okay.
It was mulled ale.
Okay.
What would be the equivalent of mulled ale? Beer?
Probably, I'm guessing.
Mix into that curdled cream.
Oh.
Okay. So far it's nasty, huh?
Yeah.
Mix into that roasted apples.
Okay.
Mix into that eggs.
Okay.
And cloves and ginger and nutmeg and sugar.
Oh, now it sounds pretty good now. A hot toddy, yes, sir. That sounds really good.
And then you serve it in a huge bowl.
Uh-huh.
The bowl was used to be made out of silver or pewter.
Okay.
Jesus College in Oxford University has a wassail bowl. A wassail bowl.
Oh, okay.
That is covered with silver. It can hold 10 gallons of wassail.
No.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like everybody takes a straw and...
Wassailing?
Yeah.
Was traditionally done on New Year's Eve, also known as the 12th night.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't the 12th night according to what we just read.
No.
But some rich people drank wassail on all 12 days of Christmas.
I bet they did. Sounds like an Italian
The
wedding.
wassail drink mixture was sometimes called lamb's wool
Oh.
because of the pulp of the roasted apples looking all frothy and a bit like lamb's wool.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
After I finish telling you this, I'm going to read you the recipe for the wassail.
Okay.
The actual recipe, right?
All right, because I'm going to try it.
One legend about how wassailing was created says that a beautiful Saxon maiden named Rowena presented Prince Vortigern with a bowl of wine while toasting him with the words wassail.
Oh.
What's up, man? What's down, man? Over the centuries, a great deal of ceremony developed around the custom of drinking wassail.
Oh, okay.
The bowl was carried into a room with great fanfare. A traditional Christmas carol was sung about drinking, and finally, the steaming hot beverage was served. Let me tell you the recipe for wassail.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
This is what you need. 4 pints of dry cider. What is dry cider? What's an example of dry cider?
I don't know. Dried apple? I don't know. Cider is apple cider, right?
A bare 1/2 ounce root of ginger.
A bear.
B-A-R-E, like strip naked.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Six
ginger.
cloves. 6 cloves.
Okay. Okay.
A blade of mace.
I've not heard of that.
1/2 small nutmeg.
Okay.
Grated. You have to grate it.
Okay.
Or you could have 1 level teaspoon of grated nutmeg, whichever you wanted.
Okay. All right.
1/2 level teaspoon of ground coriander seeds.
Okay. I have no clue what those are. Are they even in the store?
1/2 level teaspoon of cardamom seed.
Okay.
8 ounces of granulated sugar.
There you go. Sugar makes everything.
2
all right.
lemons. 2 lemons.
Okay.
1/2 pint of water. 2 egg yolks.
Okay.
Demerara sugar. Demerara.
Okay.
Have you ever heard that?
No.
6 small cooking apples.
Okay.
You bruise the ginger with a hammer.
Okay.
Then you put it into a large pan with the cloves, grated nutmeg, mace, coriander, cardamom, and sugar.
Okay.
You finely grate the rinds of the lemons and you add this to the spices with the water. You bring these ingredients to a boil and simmer them for 5 minutes.
Okay.
You squeeze the lemons, add the juice to the spices with the cider, and heat the mixture slowly. You put the egg yolks into a bowl and gradually beat in 1/2 pint of the hot but not boiling liquid. This should make a good froth.
Okay.
When the rest is almost at a boiling point, whisk it into the basin. Meanwhile, core the apples and put them in a roasting tin. Fill the centers with demerara sugar and bake them in a moderately hot oven, about 190 degrees centigrade, which is 375 Fahrenheit.
Okay. That sounds good. This whole mixture sounds good. I gotta try
Then
this.
you put that all into the wassail and drink and enjoy.
There you go.
Drink and enjoy.
Sounds like a good drink for New Year's Eve.
Well, hold on a second.
I'm
now.
ready.
All right, there's a few words we don't know.
Okay.
What is dry cider, first of
Yeah,
all?
that I don't know.
We don't know what dry cider is.
No, I know what cider is. Apple cider.
All right, I'm looking it up.
I don't know what dry cider
Dry
is.
cider. You can get it for They sell it.
Really?
Yeah, Shaftesbury cider, dry Vermont cider, $26.
For dry cider.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder if you leave it like wet.
What is dry cider?
I don't know.
It says right here. Okay. Dry cider. Cider almost always comes from apples. As with wine, the modifier dry means that the natural sugar has been fermented out. And of course, the use of the word fermented means that it is alcoholic. Dry cider, then, is hard cider that contains between 5 and 7% alcohol. There you go.
Okay, so if I go to the store, buy some hard cider, what would you do?
Just buy some dry cider. Just let them do the work.
Yeah.
All right, now what else do we need to know? Mace. What is
mace?
A blade of mace.
Yep.
Isn't mace what you spray in somebody's face?
Yes. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's something else too.
All right, let me. I don't know. Let me look. A blade of mace. What is
Blade
it?
of mace.
A blade of mace.
It's probably a spice or something.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. Maybe it's really
mace
cannabis.
is the outer shell of the nutmeg fruit. Whole mace spices the entire outer casting to the nutmeg. There you go.
So a blade must be like a unit of measure then.
Mace blades are the membrane that surrounds nutmeg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you pull out the membrane then.
Right. You can buy mace blades.
Well, that's for me.
At the organic whole mace store.
No kidding.
Okay. There you go. Now you know that.
Okay. I got 2 down.
All right. Now, anything else we needed to know? Coriander. Do you know what coriander is?
Yes, no, I do not know.
We don't
need
know
to
what
know
coriander
that.
seeds are. Okay, coriander seeds. Coriander seeds are also known as cilantro or Chinese parsley.
Oh, okay. We know what cilantro is.
Really? So you need the seed from that.
Okay.
All right. And then you need cardamom. Do you know what cardamom is?
No, I have no clue. Cardamom. I cart my mom sometimes.
Cardamom.
My kids cart their mom sometimes.
Cardamom seeds. Let's see. Cardamom seeds. Cardamom, sometimes cardamom or cardamom, is a spice made from the seeds of several plants in the genera Elytria and Amorimum.
Okay.
See, now you know. So now you know how to go a-wassailing and how to make some wassail.
There you go. I'm set now.
But they use it as a verb.
Yeah, they do. Here we come a wassailing.
Yeah, I thought it was singing, just like you thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now you know.
Among
They're
the
out
leaves
drinking.
so green.
They're out drinking. That's what they're doing.
That's right.
All right, we actually have some news, and actually I have so the top stories of the year, the top gadgets of the year, and some more. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Parts of a Russian military plane that crashed into the Black Sea yesterday have been found. Since the plane was headed to a military base in Syria, there's been speculation it was not an accident.
But at a news conference, the government minister leading the investigation seemed to rule out a deliberate attack.
As we know, the main versions so far do not include an act of terrorism, so we think that the reason for the crash could be a technical fault or a pilot error.
There were 84 passengers and 8 crew members on board.
Ian Woods of Sky News. In North Carolina, 7 people hurt in a Christmas Day shooting at a moose lodge in Madison.
People were arguing, but then it calmed down. And that's when everyone was about to leave. It was calm. And then randomly, people just started shooting.
Police seeking 2 suspects. Also in North Carolina, authorities have identified 4 family members fatally shot in a home about 50 miles east of Raleigh. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's your last chance for the best deals of the season during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announce, get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Or check out special year-end lease deals across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, including Ford Fusion, Explorer, and the Built Ford Tough F-150. These are the best deals of the season for a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford year-end event. Your last chance to get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Ends January 3rd. Supply of vehicles with Ford Smart Bonus is limited. Not available on Focus RS, Shelby GT 350, Ford GT, F-150 Raptor, F-650, or 770. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com to find specially tagged vehicles and for qualifications and complete details. For all offers, taking retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/3/2017. Sales claim based on 2015 calendar year sales.
The Ad Council.
Today in Florida Ag News from the Southeast AgNet. While Christmas Day is over, many of you woke up this morning still seeing your annual tree with all of its trimmings. The Christmas tree growers of today are worried that as they retire, there are no younger growers lined up to take over. In this story from Gary Crawford, some wonder where our future Christmas tree growers are with the aging farm population.
And it's true especially for Christmas tree farmers because
we just don't have the number of young producers coming into the industry.
Blake Rayfeld is a grower and past president of the National Christmas Tree Association. He says many of the folks who grow our Christmas trees started 30 to 40 years ago.
And many of them do not have a second or third generation to take over the farm.
Example, the owner of the Virginia Tree Farm that I go to every year is Jim Gelson. He's getting on up there in years and has been growing trees for over 33 years, and he told me...
I've got a daughter and 4 boys.
Oh, good. Then you've got somebody to take over the farm, right?
No, They don't want anything to do with the farm work.
Wow, well, that's not good. So what's going to happen to this beautiful farm if you're not able to keep on doing it yourself someday?
We'll wait and see what happens when we get there.
Census figures show the number of Christmas tree growers dropping from 20,000 15 years ago to about 12,000 today, prompting Pennsylvania tree farmer Jay Bustard to say again,
I think we need to encourage younger people to get into the business.
Blake Rayfeld says that's easier said than done. He says part of the decline in grower numbers is older people getting out of the business. Some of it is consolidation.
You know, we used to be an industry of many small producers, but those small producers have gone out, others have bought them, and the bigger have gotten bigger, and that is true in everything in business. And the middle has been driven out, as has the small producer,
making it doubly tough to get started in the Christmas tree business. Gary Crawford reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington.
Thanks, Gary, and I'm Randall Wiseman on the Southeast AgNet.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369.